Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Python tutorial video. Today we'll be going over the Python topic of lists. So before we get started, let's learn what lists are. So lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are one of four built-in data types in Python used to store a collection of data. The other three are tuple, set, and dictionaries, all with different qualities and usages. But in today's video, we'll be talking about lists. Python lists. Now before we dive in, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. It really helps me out and it gives me the motivation to keep on going and provide these videos to you. So let's first of all start by creating a list. So a list can be created by just setting the name as mylist and storing it in the variable called mylist, and then a list is always characterized by square brackets. No matter what you do, they're always characterized by square brackets. So we could put like and subscribe, and then we could just put comment. Alright, so that's a list that we created with three elements, and the three elements are strings because of the quotation marks, like, subscribe, and comment. Now, how do we output this list? So a list is just like any other variable. You would just write the print function and type the name of your list, so my list. And if we go ahead and print this out, we get like, subscribe, and comment. Now list items are ordered, changeable, and allow duplicate values. List items are indexed. The first index starts at 0 and the second index is 1, etc. So for example, if I had right here print, so I have my list right here, this would be index 0, this would be index 1, and this would be index 2. So Python always starts counting at index 0, no matter what type of list you do. So if I were to print just like, I would just write my list 0. So if we print this out, we get the index value of 0, which is like. And since Python starts at 0, it prints out the first element. Now, what would happen if I were to print out 4? Now, 4 isn't an index value, and we don't have 4 elements in our list, or 5 elements. So what we get is something called list index out of range. This is because we only have 3 elements in our list with a maximum index of 2. So this is not possible for us to have. So if we were to print out 2, we would get comment. But if we were to print out anything above 2, we would get an error. Now, when we say that lists are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order, and that order will not change. So let's write this. So lists are ordered. And we'll write lists index starts at 0. So if you add new items to a list, the items will be placed at the end of the list. Now lists are changeable, meaning that we can change, add, and remove lists after they've even been created. That's not the case for some of the other three data collections that we talked about in Python, which are tuple, set, and dictionary. So we'll write lists are changeable. Now another common word that you might hear for lists are changeable is mutable. So lists are mutable means that they can be changed. Now lists also allow duplicates. So lists also allow duplicates. This is not the case for dictionaries and other data types in Python, but this video focuses on lists. So if we were to have another list, we'll just call it this list, and we'll just store, fruits in it. So if I were to put this list right here, and we were to just print this list, we would get all the fruits, even though cherry is repeated in the list. So how do you determine how many elements that a list has? If your code is really, really long and you created a list maybe at the beginning of your code and you want to check how long that list is, well, you can use a simple function called the len. Len is short for length. So if I were just to put len, and then I would put my list inside of this. So notice how I have double quotation parentheses right here, because the len is a function, and the variable this list is wrapped around the brackets of the len function as well as the print function. So when I print this, I will get 5. Or comment also would be there because this is not commented out. But if I were just to print this, I would get 5 because there are 5 elements in this list. There's apple, banana, cherry, apple, and cherry. So the length of this list is considered 5. And then lists can have any data types. You can have strings, numbers, booleans. You can have whatever you want in the list. This list contains strings. So if I were to create another list called num, and I were just to put, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I were just to print out this, so print num, this will still work in Python list because lists you can have any type of data types. And they can even be used in the same list. So even if I were to have a string in this, so subscribe. Even if I were to have a boolean in this, false. Oh, I spelled it wrong. False. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a list, you can have whatever you want in there. Now, how do I characterize like the type of the list? So Python always uses the type function. So if you want to know like the type of the variable that you have, you can just use the type function. So if I were to do print, we can write, I guess, type right here. Type, and then we'll put double parentheses around it. So this would print out class list. So this is because the class of the variable that we're creating is the list. And that's all for today's video, just the basic introduction of lists in Python. If you want to go more in depth, please check out my videos following this one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.